into the chat in here?
I can certainly try.
Okie dokie. Hitting the go live button now. Now let's see if it's actually going to fucking work. See if it actually tells us we're live. It says we're live. It also says that we've got... Okay, no, it doesn't seem to be broken. So we are fucking live. Hello everybody, and welcome to Shinanicast. This is, of course, the Girkening, because with us today we have as our very special guest, Full Metal Pickle.
What up?
And the sounding board, right? Where Pants is the co-host?
He's a sometimes co-host, yeah.
The sometimes co-host of the sounding board. We have the Pantsless Ninja. And, yeah, he stole my pants already, so he is true to his name!
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
And, of course, we also have brought with us our recurring prose botherer, Kadant.
Sup, bitches?
And there's our Zaspira, who has meowed at us. We, of course, have Sterling with us.
Hello.
And stuck on push to talk because their fucking headset is shit. We have Arissa.
Hello, everyone.
You would think Scarlett could afford a better headset for you.
Right?
Get the fuck out of here with that
Right?
shit.
Darling. I mean, like, you made me... You and both Simon made me a glorious freaking garden. It's fantastic. You make the kids their own house, but you can't afford me...
Yeah, we made that shit. Like, we didn't buy it. Anyway, here we are in the school of tomfuckery, the house of bullshittery, and of course chicanery abounds here on Shinanicast. And if I am to steal a line from Doc, remember that the show's only half complete with the people in the panel. Of course, the other half is the audience. We appreciate you tuning in. And let's go ahead and start with the random shit about the coronavirus.
Getting on with those saucy topics, aren't you?
Well, yeah, no, I gotta start with the saucy topics or nobody's gonna fucking stick around.
I like the woo flu. Do the woo flu.
The woo flu?
The woo flu. That's what it is. It's the flu from the woo. Come on.
The woo flu.
It's kung flu.
God damn it.
The woo flu. No, the woo flu.
God damn it.
Oh, no.
This is what happens. This is what happens when Twitch tries to invade YouTube. We get
I
shit like
got
the
a little bit of
flu.
a coffee woffy. Oh woo.
Oh, well.
Ooh, woo.
Splashendo!
God damn it.
So what's the coronavirus shit that you're trying to talk about there?
Well, states are starting to reopen. They're starting to
Dumbasses.
like put some like things where they're having less of the like restrictions on certain businesses, and I'm kind of iffy on the concept if this is a good idea. Like, for some businesses, I can see it, like doctors' offices, dental places where they can take the necessary precautions just in case. But we've also got this situation where there's going to be a recurrence. It's bound to happen. It's going to come back, at least for a little while, because that's just how fucking pandemics happen. Like, first you get the initial infection, then there's a downgrading of it as it slowly starts to go away and the body's immune system starts to compensate for the initial infection, and then it comes back for a while a little stronger, and then it kind of dies out. And I think we're just now getting into the decline of it, but we have not seen the resurgence yet.
Well, to be fair, I know that everybody doesn't like it when people compare it, but the Spanish flu pandemic had about, between 4 and 6 waves?
Yeah.
Over the course of what I think it was 1916 to 1918?
But that's kind of my point. Like, it's gonna come back around at some point. So I was curious what everybody's thoughts were about like the uwu flu hitting everybody.
Well, hopefully by the time the second wave does come, we'll have built up a decent sized amount of herd immunity. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully that kind of comes around and puts a stop to this tomfuckery.
I have absolutely no faith that there's going to be a virus before the second wave hits.
You mean a vaccine?
Yeah.
It's already a virus.
I'm sorry, I'm starting to crash.
We just started, motherfucker.
I know! Don't fucking judge me.
Fucking crash on me.
I can't help that shit.
You are the support. Like you're the only reason Pickle is in the frame right now. We need you here. You're the tall one.
I'm the tall one. Ah, it's a brave new world.
Anyway, other things, what do you think about this whole woo flu shit? Pants, or rather pantsless.
Call me what you will, man. It's all good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's obviously a threat out there. I think we should learn from history, and I'm going to bring up the Spanish flu thing too. Slowly. You know, people we're always in a rush these days because we're such in a society that demands that we have it now, instantly. You know what I mean? No matter what it is, we need it now. I just think there's some value in taking it slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, rather than seeking out something like instant gratification, instead we work with, taking things slow and being able to get everything put out at a timely manner where everybody can stay as safe as possible with still getting everything back open eventually.
Right, and that's the major issue, is trying to get everything back open. Unfortunately, we are like a capitalistic society, which is good and bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything, no matter what kind of society is, there's good points and bad points. You know, balance in all things. But I mean, I'd very much like to get back to work and make some money. But is money worth my health or my well-being? No. You know what I mean? Where people panic, people worry, and that leads to where we're at with everyone freaking out, and the media is not helping. You know?
Yeah.
Nope.
That's where I'm at with it.
All right. Pickle, your thoughts?
My thoughts is everybody else should be wearing a mask too. because I go to this fucking gas station every fucking day. And generally, I'm the only fucker in there wearing a fucking mask. And yet, well, yes, it protects everybody from me. And they should, because nobody wants me to go fucking viral. But at the same time, I feel like I'm the weirdo, which, yes, I am. But I'm the only one fucking thinking straight because nobody else in the fucking town fucking wants to wear a fucking mask at a gas station. Tiny ass gas station, by the way, where the interior is extremely claustrophobic. Like the aisles are like stupid fucking small. Like I might be a bit chubby, like I got a belly, but it makes me feel like I'm a fucking giant fucking rampaging through fucking Tokyo.
Picklezilla.
Girkzilla.
Fucking Girkzilla. No, it is certainly one of those things that it's really important to focus on, like, being mindful of people around you, especially if shit starts opening up.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. I don't mind if we still do the whole social distancing and face mask thing. But from what I've been looking into on other things, the food chain, supply chains are starting to break down. People are starting to run out of food in grocery stores. I mean, heck, we just recently saw that Wendy's has to start rationing out their meat. We're slowly beginning to stare down the barrel of a famine, pretty much. And I don't understand why there are people that are so vehemently against reopening to such a degree that political leaders are taking advantage of it and using their powers in an abusive way.
Shit, I just knocked everything over. Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Fucking hell. So, Kadant, what is your opinion of this?
I think people who are trying to reopen up certain things, there's been too many stupid people. And I say that with as much venom and animosity because people need to, like what Pan said, people need to learn from the past. And everybody is so fucking entitled. They're all so fucking entitled. Reopen, I need a haircut. That you're stupid. You're really that selfish and that self-centered. That, yeah, sure. And by the way, America is known as the land of abundance in other countries. That is why so many people try to emigrate here. It's because we're known as the land of abundance. No, we have certain things that we have to processes. There we go. We have certain processes that we have to go through, and during times like this, you know, we have to take precautions. We need to be careful about this shit. Mind you, living in nothing but fear is stupid, but going around and being fearless, completely fearless and dumb about it and ignorant about it and being one of those NIMBYs. Well, it's not in my backyard, so why do I, it's not really happening here. In the city I live in, I have no idea what people are talking about when it comes to a meat shortage. The main difference I've seen is that like a number of places aren't open all over, and certain places aren't open at all, or for as the normal business hours that they're usually open. Mm-hmm. That's the main difference I've seen in my fucking city. But every day I still go out. Every day that I wind up leaving the house, I always put on a mask, and I even like take it so far as to wear gloves, even when I'm in the drive-thru. Mm-hmm. Like I take these precautions because I don't know. I don't know who has it. I don't know where it is. I don't know, who it could affect. And the last fucking thing I want to do, especially because now there is a strain, there's a mutation of this virus that affects your animals.
Yeah,
but
possibly.
But and animals are better than people. I will do whatever I have to make sure my animals are safe. Okay, like fuck all of you stupid, entitled, selfish fucking humans who are like, reopen the beaches. We need to be able to be out in the sunshine and be at the beach and overcrowd this fucking place. That's one of the issues. Why do you think the major cities got hit so bad with this when it started building? New York and LA, two of the biggest and most overcrowded fucking cities. San Francisco, although that's a cesspool in and of itself, we'll not really get into. But all of these major cities got hit with this hard for a reason, and it's due to overcrowding, and it's due to the lack of personal space that people really have in those areas, in the highly urban and industrialized areas. You don't have as much space as you do in, say, a suburban or a rural.
In a couple of those places, because it was mentioned in our chat here, there were like local mayors and stuff like that did not take it as seriously as perhaps they should have. Well, when it had first come, they had been like, "Hey, why don't y'all come down to this area or that area? There's nothing to worry about. It's all fine."
And they were so afraid of being called racist.
There was a good deal of political negligence on every possible area in that. But yeah, no, there is a certain concept of people's vanity and greed do get to them. That's why we have such a problem with the concept of like panic buying. That's people's greed getting into it. I might not have enough, so I'm gonna buy all of it and fuck everybody else. And then the vanity part of like going into, I need a haircut. Well, fucking bitch, get some clippers and cut your goddamn hair at home. It's fine. I get that you want to do it. I get that it would be really nice to be able to, but it's still a fucking pandemic. It's still a very dangerous risk, and it is unfair to have people risk themselves and their families to the exposure of the virus just because you want to get a trim. I mean, I get where some people, they really want to go get a haircut, but like now is not the fucking time. We did want to swing back to Pantsless because he wanted to talk about supply chains for a brief moment.
Well, actually, you made a good point right there about the hair. And that's what I was going to say about the food situation. Everything that we're freaking out that we don't have enough about, we can for ourselves if we choose to. You know what I mean? We can grow a garden. We can learn how to cut hair. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There was a society and life did not have these things. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have big food markets to go to. Just saying, sometimes it helps to fall back on some of that, which goes back to looking into the history, you know, and learning from it.
Yeah. Now, like with what Quill had said, the concept of my body, my choice. That stops when it comes to somebody else's body. That whole thing, like that. If you want to go get a haircut, and there's a place that's open, yeah, I can see that being perfectly acceptable concept. But reopening these places puts a certain amount of pressure on the people that do work at these places. Hiring somebody who will come in as a hairdresser, that makes absolute sense. You know, they're doing it freelance because everything's closed. You can find them. They're probably all over Facebook. Some will come in with masks, some won't. But that's a risk to you and a risk for them. But opening up the business means there is a certain amount of obligation to show up or you could lose your job.
Well, I mean, things are beginning to open up here in upstate New York, and as of right now, they have it that for employees that if they don't feel comfortable, they don't have to go in, and there will be no repercussions.
Yeah. See, that's an acceptable concept. Like, if they want to reopen, they're willing to take the risk. The employees are willing to take the risk. They want to do it. That's fine. But I would say maybe regular health checks for people that are going into these sorts of things on a regular basis, because it is still a risk to the community, because they're still the community. They need to be wearing like masks and gloves and stuff, do whatever is necessary to curb the numbers and kind of stem the tide of this infection.
Yeah.
I think that if they're going to be doing that, like, you know, it will open up for the employees who are hard pressed for money, because, you know, it's not like all of the years of hard work that they've been giving us in any way, shape, or form would grant them access to, I don't know, paid leave in any during these times of the crisis.
I can hear the bitter,
because I'm sorry, but I'm really tired of fucking businesses treating humans like expendable numbers. Because that's all they are, and that fucking pisses me off. But let me get back to it. If they're going to do that, they need to have if you're going to be in our establishment, you have to wear a mask policy. They need to, because they should be more concerned about protecting the health of themselves and their employees versus, well, we need to make money and, you know, the customer demands it. Fuck the customer. Fuck the customer right up the ass with a fucking pineapple. Like, how fucking dare you, entitled, privileged little shits? I don't give two fucks about your stupid hair. It looks terrible, Karen.
This actually, what was that? Was this fair? You want to say something? Hallelujah. Hallelujah? Hallelujah. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce that.
Yeah. No. You said it right.
But this is a perfect way to segue into the second particular topic that I had planned for this evening. Currently, the House, I believe, is it's either the House or Congress. It might be the same fucking thing. I don't remember anymore. It's been too long since.
Both the House and the Senate.
Thank you, fucking peanut gallery. So Congress is what it is. The currently Democratic-led Congress is trying to put forth something called the HEROES Act. And the HEROES Act is basically the same thing as the CARE Act, which is another round of stimulus checks as well as some additional funding for certain programs to be put out towards people in the U.S. And Republicans are pushing back very hard, and some of them are doing so for purely political I'm a dickbag reasons. I'm just getting that out of the way right off. They're doing it as a political stone, like they want to reopen the country and not add anything more to the deficit. Fair enough, I get that concept. Still, nonetheless, doesn't fucking matter. When it comes down to it, one of the biggest things that actually might kill it in the Senate is the whole factor of it will cover undocumented immigrants, which, because of that, there's getting a serious Republican pushback. And I'm kind of going to open the floor to what you guys think of the concept of both a second round of stimulus checks for people who are like hard up and stuff like that, and the concept of adding undocumented aliens to this check itself. Is that a good idea, bad idea? So we will start on the opposite side of Quill, because that's where the battle's going to start. So we'll start with Pickle.
I think it's fucking ridiculous.
Thank you.
In a positive or negative light, the checks themselves, or the covering the undocumented?
I covering the undocumented, because that's the thing is, you're here illegally. You don't fucking deserve our fucking money because you didn't go through the proper processes like everybody else fucking does.
Jesus Christ, there's a battle on both ends. Okay. All right, so it's the concept of like you don't necessarily have a problem with the stimulus checks coming out again to help the more hard pressed lower income Americans, but the idea of adding undocumented.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't fucking get a check. Okay, I fucked up on my shit, so that's why. But
okay,
why should these fucking people? You know, they're not paying the fucking taxes. Why do they fucking get the money?
Yeah, I think that's where I disagree with the concept, and it's strictly on the fiscal concept. If they're not paying into it, maybe there shouldn't be a backsliding for people who've not only came here illegally but broke, didn't put anything into the tax pool, so there's no basis for that funding. And now is the part where I quiver with I'm not sure how this is going to go. Kadunt, your thought?
Oddly enough, I concur. Girkin, mind you, I think that another round of stimulus is horseshit in and of itself. Because yes, we're hard pressed, and yes, this is going to affect our economy. So sure, give us back our tax money, so that this way we might be able to spend it on stuff, that we need, want, or desire, whatever it may be. I mean, sure, if that's the case, how about you make all of these fucking renters and banks who are waiting for their money to pay the mortgage, from you. They're waiting for you and they get fucking bailed out like nobody's fucking business. Like, how fucking dare you fucking pieces of shit. Anyway, I think we need to suspend payments while the quarantine thing is up. This way we can help continue to stimulate the economy in the basic level of the average everyday American. Instead of, I don't know, stimulating the economy of the fucking bankers who are just like, well, no, we need your mortgage payment, or else we're going to foreclose on you and fuck you over because we're pieces of shit. No, don't fucking do that shit. Give us back our tax money. Sure, do that. I'm cool with it. When it comes to the undocumented, again, I agree. You didn't pay into the taxes. If you do pay in, if you're getting paid under the table, or maybe, let me. If you're
interrupt for just a second. This HEROES Act will include suspensions of rent payments and like mortgage payments and stuff like that. It is covered in the Heroes Act.
Oh,
I-
good.
Good.
You
I
guys
should
are
have
actually
mentioned that.
thinking.
Sorry.
Thank you so much. I might actually like consider you guys working, for the paychecks that our taxes pay for, since Americans pay for Congress's fucking. We pay your bills. Congratulations. You may have slightly earned it with wanting to push this through. All right, fine. I'm not going to bitch at y'all as much. Now, when it comes to the whole undocumented, if they're working under the table or they're one of the ones in front of Home Depot that, as soon as you drive up and you're just like, oh yeah, I need, 5 guys to work on my tile in my house, and they hop in the back of your truck, and then all of a sudden you drive them to an INS and you're just like, la migra, and then they all hop out and run away. Yeah, go fuck them. They shouldn't be getting our tax money. But there are some immigrants who came here not necessarily in the legal fashion, who paid, or are paying off the coyotes and the paper pushers who gave them the fake paperwork that they have to file, and they have actual paychecks. Therefore, they do pay into some taxes, and they have to file and claim their taxes, every year. All right. Okay. Because you do pay into taxes, so
Yeah.
that one's a little iffy for me. But other than that, fuck all y'all. Like,
Yeah, no,
fuck you guys. It is American tax money. It should go back to American workers. But then again, I'm also one of those who's all about universal health care, and I think a lot of this bullshit is bullshit because fucking god damn, I'm
I was a little
so
concerned.
anti-corporation.
Could I kind of turn it away for just a second?
We're getting to you, but I guess go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm actually in favor of the universal health care too, but I prefer it on a state-by-state basis, not from the government. Because if it's a state-by-state basis where they get to choose, go for it. Because people that want the universal health care, they're going by models where the population isn't as big as ours.
Yeah. So I
We
can
have
understand.
360 million people in this country. They continually point at Sweden. Sweden has like what, 12 million people?
I don't have the capacity to Google right now. If I open another tab,
Well-
everything's gonna crash.
Well, can I just say that we had 360 million thanks to the Wu flu. We have just a bit less. Cull the herd, purge the dumb.
The number of deaths is nationwide. I think has been only about. It hasn't even reached 100,000. I don't think yet.
No, it's I think 30. 30 was the last numbers I saw. Moving on. Mitch, did you have
Wait! Before you move on,
Yes.
just real quick, if that's the case, then yeah, go ahead and reopen the states, like some of the states. Go ahead, reopen some of the businesses. Go ahead and reopen some of the states. Don't worry, Karen, you don't have to wear a mask. That's fine. The rest of us will.
Quit trying to purge the weak.
Purge.
Mitch, what do you think about the concept? If you want us to skip you, that's fine. Just be like, skip. Nope. Okay, figured as much. Quill, I assume you concur with Kadant and Pickle on this.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
I mean, again, I don't have a problem if, say, they're a green card holder and their green card's has expired. They've been here, they've been working, they've been paying taxes. I don't have a problem.
So if they're paying taxes,
if they've been here illegally, it's a hard no.
Okay. So
I don't care if they have to pay off coyotes. I don't care if they've been paying into the taxes. You broke the law. You don't deserve it.
Okay. So your hardline legality, they're more like more fiscal. Pants, do you have anything to add to this, or do we want to move on to the next topic?
Oh, I have a few things I could say, I suppose.
Yeah, go ahead.
it's a mixed bag for me because if you're looking at both sides of a situation, like some people, yeah, they came here illegally and they're doing this on purpose, yada yada. Some other people are just trying to get a better life, and that's what America used to be about. I feel like, this country was founded on immigration. I'm a big believer in unity among, but I'm also a firm believer in the process. But sometimes the process doesn't work, so it's a lot of gray area for me. Um, I I feel like rent payment should be suspended for a bit. I feel like the stimulus is going to help a lot of people. Here legally or not, they're stuck here no matter what they do. They can't get back to where they're going. So what else are they going to do at this point? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
I
human
get the
beings too.
concept.
Yeah, I'm very humanitarian. That's how I look at things. You know.
Yeah.
But um, but I 100 there is. You know.
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out there for me. Could you say that again?
Saying not everything that we see is 100% like what it is at face value.
Okay.
Well, will I also point out? I'm gonna also point out the fact that pretty much the only people who are getting stimulus checks are the ones who filed their taxes. So, I mean, if that's the case, then sure, like why not? They filed their taxes, they filed for it. They're just getting a little extra back into what they paid. Those are the only people who have received stimulus. I don't know if this next batch will be along the same.
Yeah, it's very similar to the CARE Act, but it's time to move on to a semi-political, semi-funny concept. So Biden, I'm waiting for the like the fucking audible cringe to come out of this, because when I talk about Biden, it's not necessarily the concept of, oh, he's a Democrat. There's some Republicans out there. Do the Republicans want to talk shit on Biden? No, it's very much from my, like, I don't give a shit. You're a fucking politician. I don't trust you anyway point of view. Um, it's the concept of, like, I'm sitting here watching this man run a campaign, and he's started to run his campaign. Let's make no fucking dispersions or illusions here. And the man disappears 90% of the time. And the other 10% of the time, he's talking to, like, the fucking crown jewel of his fucking party, goddamn Hillary Clinton, that everybody wants to tout as the Jesus for the longest time, which I know there's a lot of Democrats that don't do that. There's a lot of liberals that don't do that. But, when we're talking about, like, let's say the media, stuff like that, they do kind of hold Hillary up on a pedestal for some fucking reason. And on the interview, when she's talking about her primary policy basis, he fucking fell asleep! I mean...
He shows clear signs of dementia, I'm sorry.
He walked up to the camera wearing aviator sunglasses, trying to make a big entrance. It was like, am I on? Am I on? But am I on? It's just like, motherfucker, god damn it. This is goddamn 2016 with the fucking parties reversed. The ridiculous candidate's now the fucking Democrat. Biden's acting like an idiot. I don't want to hire another idiot.
No, listen. He's ridiculous. The Republican candidate is still ridiculous. They're all ridiculous. They're all stupid. Both of the leading candidates at the current moment are both, and of course, Hillary would be like, you're going to make me your fucking VP, right? Because you're going to die at any moment. And hell, once you get into office, as soon as we can force everybody to go ahead and vote blue no matter who, even though you're kind of a creeper. And there's the possibility of the case of rape against you, just like there was against Trump. But for some reason, when it comes to Biden, it's okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
like, about
That Me Too is only important if it's against people you.
Okay. Yeah, like the hypocrisy with the Me Too stuff. But can I point out for a moment, like, how this was described? It was straight up a shoryuken to the vagina.
like
how it was described, like he trigger warning for those of you who have that process, like he pushes her up against the wall and then like sticks his fist in from an upward angle, so it was straight up just
no.
I mean, is there any other
and it's just I don't mean to make light of it, it's just like it's pure Ken. That's the Hadoken. That's not the right move.
Oh, I figured it'd be like, you know, when Mario's trying to get the coin out of the.
Yeah.
No,
that's
if
what
I'm
talking
remembering
about.
correctly from the interview, it wasn't a fist. He actually slipped his finger in.
It's just okay. I have to put the gif of what the Shoryuken is in the fucking chat now.
Real quick though, can I just ask, like, so for all the Trump supporters, you know, who are just like, oh yeah, grab him by the, come on, Biden's your guy, obviously, like, shit. You know, there's a chick talking about how she literally got grabbed by the pussy.
I mean,
So what? It's not okay because he's a Democrat? Is that suddenly a problem
okay
now because he's a Democrat?
It's not okay in general. I don't hear anybody saying that it is.
for a moment to the grabber by the pussy statement, at least in that there was implied consent. Like, he was like, they let you do it.
It wasn't implied consent. It was, I'm assuming I have consent. No, I don't care about whether or not I have consent. I'm allowed to do this because look at who I am.
Yeah,
That's what that bullshit was. That's gross. Biden pushing a woman and slipping a finger up inside her or shoryukening her,
equally
you know,
gross.
and just bing, it's equally gross. They're both gross. No, both gross me out. I hate them both.
Yeah, they're not,
you know,
good people.
and fuck Hillary.
Let's start
Fuck
with
Hillary.
the very basis.
Fuck her.
This is a choice.
Oh, that's why. No, wait. Before you do this, let me just make one more comment.
Okay.
That's why Biden's choosing Hillary, because she's like, sure, yeah, you can go ahead and, you know, fist my pussy, because it's not like Bill will.
I don't want to imagine that conversation just like,
Yep, go ahead.
It's okay, Joe.
Enjoy.
I don't have a problem with this. Just be careful of the 14 rows of full teeth. Jesus Christ.
In your Bill Clinton voice, please just get her out of the house so I might be able to have some life left.
Please, just get her out of the house so I can have some life left.
There we go.
I just need 5 minutes. I just want to go on Google and look up porn.
Where is this?
Jesus Christ, Bill.
Biden is a sleazy politician.
They're all politicians. That's
Trump
by definition.
Is a sleazy businessman. I'm not gonna trust the politician.
I'm not gonna trust Trump.
And I still don't trust the businessman, but I trust him just a little more.
God damn it. So let's start with Pantsless. We're gonna start on the other end of this. What is your opinion of Biden as a candidate, and if you so choose an opinion about Donnie Boy?
I steer clear of this most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all that I know from Biden is when he was Obama's creepy grandpa. And I don't really know. Like, I don't pay attention. I mean, the sniffing hair thing was weird. Like, what the hell's up with that? That's where I'm at with it.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah. So, no matter who gets elected, it's not going to be perfect, okay? And nobody's going to be 100% happy. And if they are, wow, I don't know what to say. They don't really think. I mean, whatever. It doesn't. I was actually probably unpopular opinion, but I was looking at Bernie like, you know, he's at least amusing to look at. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but like, he does wiggle around a lot, and the hair thing, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
he's
it's like
a
creepy uncle, man. But I think my vote is going to Vermin Supreme this year.
Oh yeah. When in doubt, vote homeless.
I mean, hell yeah. Boot in the head, I'm down with that, dude. Free ponies for all.
Free pony.
Free ponies. All right. So we've heard Quill.
I wasn't particularly done, but yeah.
I know we have two people who do want to stray 100% away from politics. Pickle, anything you want to add to this insanity?
No.
Quill, what did you want to finish up with anything about that?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Biden's the sleazy politician. Trump is a sleazy businessman. I trust the businessman far more than I do the politician.
So
The
at what
businessman
point?
will sell me something.
So at what
The
point do we
politician
talk
will
about
just take my money.
What point do we talk about Sterling's inevitable alignment shift? You'd be an awful good right now.
You shut your whore.
So next.
But no, that's just my own opinion. You know, I voted for Hillary in 20. So for me to shift from Democrat to voting Republican, there had to be something between those 4 years that made me change.
Yeah, no, I can understand where you're coming from in that concept. I voted for Obama twice, and then
Ooh,
I
see.
know.
It's okay. It's all right, but sleazy politician, sleazy. That's all a sleazy politician is a sleazy. That's all it is. I see them, so I dislike them both. I'm definitely down for Vernon Supreme. He at least seems honest with his or his psychosis, whatever it is. Either way, I'm down for it, and that's where I'm going. Like, fuck both of them. Fuck both these parties. I'm voting third party for sure, because that's all the voting has come to now. It's nothing more than a joke. All we have are trash like candidates, period, and it's just a joke. There's no point. The president holds very little power except to like be able to put us into war, and he can kind of like veto certain things. That's why I don't blame Trump for a lot of shit. I'm definitely more about vote seriously when it comes to Congress and Senate, but when it comes to the president, like, it's just one of those where, roll the dice. Whoever, like, they're both lolcow. That's all it is. They're worth nothing. Yeah. Neither Biden nor Trump, Pence nor Hillary, none of them are worth anything. I am stating this publicly and loudly. The president is worth nothing. Congratulations, you're the face of a sticker. That's it. That's all you are. You're what the rest of the world looks at and is like, oh, that's what America is. Okay. Yes.
All right. So
Epstein didn't kill himself.
We've reached.
And Epstein did not kill himself.
It is the official opinion of the Shinanicast that Epstein did not kill himself. Anyway, moving on. The views and opinions expressed by guests and even panel members do not necessarily correspond with the views and opinions of any of the other panelists and or the chat and the audience. And just as a brief legal discussion, especially fitting since next thing we're doing is a game.
America's voting system is a joke.
Yes, it is.
It is.
So,
and shut the fuck up about politics real quick. We've been talking about this almost for half an hour.
Yes, I know. That's why we've gotten past the political topics.
We're about to play a game.
We're about to play the game, and it's called What's the Weirdest? So, how What's the Weirdest goes is... Sorry, I gotta readjust in my chair. How What's the Weirdest goes is I'm going to ask you what's the weirdest. Now, another panelist at any time can fill in the rest of that sentence. So let's say I ask Quill, what's the weirdest? And then Mish comes in to say, experience you've ever had at a gas station. And then that's the question. Is that clear for everybody?
I think so.
We'll give her a go.
Alrighty then. Well, we're gonna start with pantsless. You can ask
Oh
any one
no.
of the panelists a what's the weirdest question. So, pick your person.
Okay, I'll start with Mr. Pickle since he's on my opposite side.
All right.
Oh.
So, pickle, what's the weirdest? And then pantsless, go ahead and give a.
And I just say something.
Yeah.
Geez, I gotta think about it. I didn't even think about this shit.
Oh.
Okay, what's the weirdest? And you said that, and then I gotta say, like, what's the weirdest movie you saw or something like that?
Yeah. Exactly.
Am I doing this right? Okay, this is the test run for me.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
All right. So, pickle for the test run. What's the weirdest movie you've ever seen?
I'm gonna have to go with Wizards.
So what made Wizards so weird? Like just as a
I love that movie.
so
Have
people
you,
can.
have you ever seen Wizards?
I've never seen Wizards.
Yeah, it's what Ralph Bakshi. It's one of his. It's mixed media. Like it's got all sorts of crazy shit, funky animation, wild story, fucking lewd and fucking filthy as fuck. It's insane.
Okay, cool. So does everybody get like the concept of the game now?
I think so.
I think I got it now.
All right. Well, like I said, you get to start, Pencil. So go ahead. Just ask anybody what's the weirdest, whatever.
Jeez. All right. God, I don't know who to start with.
Don't matter. Just pick somebody.
All right, let's go with Kadun. I'm moving down the line. Right. So I say, what's the weirdest moment you had at a concert? Something I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question. What's the weirdest
Yeah.
moment you've ever had at a concert?
I've only ever been to one actual concert. It was a steam-powered giraffe concert, and I think the weirdest moment was when I was trying to just watch the concert from like my back seat, and the person in front of me, it felt like every time I moved to like lean around them, they would lean in the exact same direction, and I'm just like, fuck you and your tall ass shit. Like, you're tall,
Yes.
you should sit in the back. Why is it that there's a rule that tall people sit in the back? I am the short, I can't even stand above you. Like, come
Well,
on,
just ask to stand
dude.
on their
For
shoulders,
all of
man.
this. I vouch all of this right now with someone who's 4'11". I feel Kadunt's pain.
See?
Well, I'm on
like
the other end, guys.
5'7". I'm like 5'7", so
Yeah. I'm like
So
6'4".
you're the person. Okay, fuck you. We're sitting on your shoulders.
Do it.
Yes.
I can support everyone.
I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll wear one like a scarf.
Hey.
Hey,
Maybe he'll wear one like a face mask.
You need a new mask.
All right. So next thing is gonna be Quill. You get to ask somebody what's the weirdest whatever.
Ichabod,
Okay.
what's the weirdest non-violent story you have?
Are you sure you want to go down this road? It's a terrible road to go down.
it's
I'm
bumpy.
sick and tired of you asking me if I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure.
This is the DM situation where I look at you and I go, "Are you sure about that?" All right.
You, yes.
So, I was a long time ago. I was dating this girl called Rebel, and some of you may have heard this story before if you know who I am. So we were engaging in intercourse, and all of a sudden she just stands up and runs off. I'm horribly confused. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I stand up and I go to the bathroom door and I knock and I say, "Hey, is everything okay?" And she just says, "Yeah, everything's fine." I'm like, "Okay," and then I kind of start heading back to the room, and then I notice, well, it's kind of wet. And I touch it. She fucking shit on me.
oh,
Yeah, she just outright just apparently she was sick and she had diarrhea. It was not a good time for us to have intercourse, but she started it.
I remember this story.
I remember. Wow.
So yeah, that's the weirdest story I have that's non-violent. Pros, it's your turn to ask somebody what's the weirdest.
Okay. Mish.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest dessert you've ever had? I don't know.
Weirdest dessert. Oh God.
If you can't think of a dessert specifically, then just the weirdest food.
It's the weirdest food of all time.
The weirdest food you've ever had.
And no, Simon's orgasm cheesecake doesn't count.
This.
I never had that in real life.
I'm just
It
giving
has to
you
be
shit.
the
Go
food you've
ahead.
eaten in real life. God damn it!
I'm just giving you shit. Go ahead.
Like, oh God. Lamb.
Lamb? Like just lamb, or was it made a specific way?
The weirdest thing I ate was lamb.
Oh, okay.
I've technically never had lamb yet. At least I don't think. Well, actually, no. I think I actually have.
So, since I am the host, I will go ahead and go last. So, Mish, it's your turn. Ask somebody, what fucking cheesecake? God damn it, Kadant.
Just cake.
Anyway, Mish, go ahead and ask somebody what's the weirdest.
Let's see here. Cunt.
For those of you at home who heard the audio skip for me, she said cadunt, not the cunt.
Is there a difference?
No. Yes.
Yes, there is. Moving on.
Yes, there is.
What did you want to
You
ask
lost.
Cadunt?
What is the most weirdest thing you've said in your whole entire life?
The weirdest thing that I have said in my entire life.
Yes.
We're gonna be here a while.
Shit. No, that actually is really difficult. That's a really difficult question for me to answer because I have said a number of weird things in my life.
I'm talking like top 5 or 3 things you said in
okay.
your life that is fucking
Or at least
weird.
the first one that
Mish,
comes to mind.
Just as a momentary contextual thing, Cadunt was there for the readings of both 50 Shades of Paleontology and My Immortal. So this is the tier you're asking.
Weirdest thing that I've ever said in my life. All right, let me just give you an example of some of the things. Just something I said today. Just today. I'm about to play Fable, and my friend Muffin, actually, Ichabod knows, or Watch knows of her. So does Pickle. Pantsu, I don't think you've had the honor, but she answers, "You mean Fable?" And I go, "Only Americans say fable. It's pronounced fable, from the French word for fable." But, and she's like, "Then why don't we just say fable? Because that's American, and it's French. Except the French say fable, because they're French."
Parlez-vous français, Muffin?
Do you want to play some fable? These are the things that come forth from my mouth. I've called somebody a fuck nugget before. I've called people on a regular basis cock waffles, douche drizzles.
Cunt muffin. You call people cunt.
Cunt muffin, yes, cunt muffin's another one. Slut weasel. You know, like I say a lot of weird, a bunch of weird shit just tends to
Wonderful
spew
petty.
forth. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Here,
Pumpkin tits.
one of the weirdest things that I say, and it's on a slightly regular basis. Pickle,
Yes.
grind me, daddy.
Mm.
That's a weird thing to say. That's a weird thing to say, but it's cool. Like, I have zero qualms with doing that because I don't know, I just, you know, like, bleh. Oh, here, you want a weird thing for me to say? As was discussed by Watch earlier. Forgive the sound. If you have sensitive ears, I apologize. I would suggest pulling your earbuds or turning down the volume if possible.
Raptor screech.
Yeah.
That is
I
adorable.
fucking love the raptor screech. That said,
That's
if
cute.
we continue down this road, we're going to go over time. So, god damn it,
That's
the
why I'm
yes.
shutting up now.
Kadun, it is your turn to ask somebody what's the weirdest.
Oh, Pickle, because you've not been asked something yet.
Yes.
Wait, Pickle was asked something first. Wizards.
Yeah.
Oh, I
The
didn't know if that
movie, yeah.
counted.
Oh,
I thought that
Hansel
was
said
meant
otherwise.
I thought that was meant as an example.
It was
Forgive
still
me.
asked.
Yeah,
All right, pants. No, pantsu. Pants.
Yo,
So, what is the weirdest request you've ever had made? Not that you've made, but that somebody made of you.
the weirdest thing I've been requested of. What do you mean
The
regarding?
weirdest thing somebody's ever requested of you. There we go. Haha.
God, I don't even know where to begin with this one.
For example, has anybody ever come up to you and said, "Could you please jiggle your penis aggressively in my face just enough to where the sack taps the tip of my nose?"
Yes, actually, a couple ex-girlfriends were into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, see, something like that.
Well, they were
I
into
mean,
other stuff too.
what's that?
So they were into other stuff too.
I don't talk about that though.
Okay.
Moving on.
Case is pending. Anyways, okay, so I'm an artist and a chef, and people have made weird requests in both departments of my life that particularly come to mind. Food requests are always like I've had some very picky people in my life. Like some people would be asking like, "Can I get a chicken salad, like a salad, tomatoes, all that shit with chicken, all this stuff, without the chicken, without this, without that?" So they just want a pile of lettuce. Okay. That's kind of weird to me because I'm like, why are you asking me for this when you can like turn around, go to that salad bar over there, and help yourself to whatever? You know what I mean?
May I have a single head of lettuce?
God, yes. Like seriously, I have had people ask some weird, crazy shit like, but like I said, I have like 20 years of food industry stuff in me. So it's
Okay.
like it's hard to pin.
If I can interrupt you for just a moment.
Sure.
Do you know how to cook rat?
I've never made rat, but I'm sure I could figure it out.
Okay. Sorry, it's just a point of curiosity of mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure it's kind of gamey. Like I imagine that as like a squirrel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm sorry.
Probably
sorry,
more disease though. No, I like talking food. You're fine. Not that I've eaten rat or want to eat rat, but whatever. Yeah. So I mean, I've had some weird food requests. I've had requests doing the DJ thing for some very weird songs because me and Pickle, he was talking about that earlier. We did that kind of stuff for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I and we were into like a weird scene of music. But I'll ramble on for hours about this shit. So I'm gonna leave it with that. I've had some weird food requests, like weird things, like I mentioned before, like pile of lettuce, or like, can I just have some broth, or whatever. I'm like, you guys don't. I don't know. It boggles my mind sometimes.
Oh Jesus! We actually have a question in the chat from Prime.
Hi, honey.
Aw, hey,
50
Prime.
Shades of Paleontology. What is this? Would you care to
No.
explain?
Don't ask.
No.
Don't ask.
No.
It's
No.
too late.
Answer.
It's too late.
Honey, I'm
No,
sorry.
Prime asked.
Sorry
Prime.
for what you're about to hear. I
Prime
don't even know the
asked.
answer to this, so I apologize
No.
for what you're about to hear.
This is the tale of a very rich paleontologist. Well, I guess he wasn't a paleontologist. I don't fucking know. Whatever.
Do you want me to describe it?
No. Shh.
Go ahead.
Let me. Story time with Katan. So, a young paleontologist, archaeologist, whatever the fuck you want to call her, winds up meeting a billionaire owner of a history museum, and she sneaks in there late at night when she wasn't supposed to, or some bullshit like that. Who fucking cares? Nobody does. It's still a better love story than the 50 Shades of Grey, because that was trash. And he turns into a miniature Tyrannosaurus
Miniature
Rex.
T-Rex, yes.
Yes, he turns into a miniature Tyrannosaurus Rex to mate with her so that she can carry on his seed and bear his child, so that his race can continue forth.
So basically, it was a paleontological fuck fantasy of some creepy lady basically, copying off of 50 Shades of Grey.
I don't think it was serious. There's no way in hell that was serious.
There's
but then
4
again,
of these books.
I still don't think she was serious. I think she just found a lolcow and went with it. But I could be incredibly wrong, because apparently 50 Shades of Grey was counted as being serious, and too many retarded people think that it's romantic and sexy and such a good story. I get it. You think abuse is hot. Congratulations. No offense to retards.
Anyway. Pickle, it's your turn to ask somebody what's the weirdest. Prime did go ahead and say hi hon to Zaspira here.
I know, I see him.
Yeah, my brain jumped out of my head. It's right.
It's just asking somebody what's the weirdest, and then whatever, however you want to finish the sentence.
Who has not been asked something yet? Because I was asked.
I think everybody's been asked, I believe.
Oh,
but I may be wrong.
You have typed the phrase "fuck me up the ass with a cactus dildo."
Yeah, apparently I typed that phrase at some point within the past year. I don't know why I did.
I mean, fair enough. Anyway, go ahead, Pickle. I'm sorry.
Okay. I still don't know who or what I'm asking.
Ask whoever you want.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's asked anything of Quill or myself as of yet.
I did.
I asked.
You did get asked.
I got asked something? Oh shit! Yeah, the poop story. Yeah, no, go ahead. It's just Quill.
I don't think. Okay.
I really don't know. Like my brain is not wanting to function at the moment.
All right,
That's okay.
I can go first, and then if you can think of something in the interim. That's okay.
That's fine.
All right. So pros.
Hi.
We have Prime in the chat, which means I'm gonna be respectful there. So
I don't think he's really going to care.
In reference to the D&D game we play, what has
Yes.
been the most, let's say, fan fictionable character that's been paired with any of your characters?
Most fan fictionable character. Let me see. Hmm.
Like the one you could see yourself writing fan fiction with.
Hmm. I've wanted to write Suspira and Monkey fan fiction before.
See, like that's the weird thing about that. Like Monkey is like the most absent character. For those of you who don't know,
know.
Monkey is Son Wukong of Journey to the West fame. I just kind of threw him in there as a. He was supposed to be a throwaway character, but then. He's also he was my way of introducing the class called Pleasure Bard.
Yeah.
And just for some reason he's gotten way more screen time than he ever fucking should have.
Because he's one of Suspira's favorite people. She has fun with him.
I mean, shit, you're right. Fair enough. I will eventually ask everybody that question, just so you know. Have fun with that shit. But this leads into my what's your weirdest? What's your weirdest story plot starter of that pairing?
Story plot stories, Suspira and Monkey fanfic.
See, I led you into this, and now you're embarrassed. God damn it!
The problem is I can actually see Zaz thinking about Monkey while tongue fucking her wife! And I hate it so much!
Okay, so apparently the answer to that question is, so while Suspira was tongue fucking her wife.
Just
So-
rippling, scintillating muscles of the
Okay, well, PG-13, PG-13.
It's either Zaz was tongue fucking her wife or her wife was tongue fucking her. Either way.
And now we're at R.
This channel is not meant to be kid friendly.
I'm sorry, it's just not. It's genuinely not.
I have to do the fucking marking of censorship for Kappa. Trust me, I fucking know. Okay, so Pickle, do you have did you come up with something or?
I did not.
I'm sorry, Pickle.
So we're gonna move on to something else, very, very interesting, because we are actually starting to run out of time. What?
Oh no.
I never got asked a weird question.
Oh, I'm sorry. So Quill, what's the weirdest thing you've ever done with your butt?
Hold on, what?
I don't believe I stuttered.
The weirdest thing you've done with your butt?
Yes, that's exactly what I asked.
You know the Jim Carrey.
Oh God, you talked with your butt.
Wait.
I was 7.
Alrighty then.
Wait a minute.
I'm just imagining full-grown Quill bent over, and be like, "Hello there."
No.
May I ask you a question?
May I ask you a question?
May I ask you a question? I hate it.
Be careful, my opinions stink.
I hate it.
Oh, Christ almighty. Okay, so we are gonna move on now. The fucking gifts in the chat, Jesus. So
Mitch, don't.
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
we are gonna move into our guest portion of this. We know what the Cadunt do because the Cadunt do the IRS, but we're gonna go ahead and start with the Pants because I feel he's not gotten nearly enough airtime so far. What is it that you do on the YouTube platform? All that kind of stuff. You have more followers than me, so anybody coming here for you is gonna know. But the people that come here for me might not, if they do.
Oh. Hold on, let me adjust my mic here. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I'll start with a brief history, and I'll keep this as short and sweet as possible.
Pants.
What's that?
A brief history of pants.
A brief history of Pickle being a
Pants.
reason I do things.
Uh,
So like what, 4 or 6 years ago, me and Pickle were on this online radio thing for a while. He was there way before me. He's got a history on that. I'm sure he'll talk about at some point in his life. But like, so we were doing interviews and like live broadcasts and things like that on this online radio station for a while. During that period, I started doing graphic work, animation, and design things. Took some schooling for video game design. So I run Mystic Ninja Designs, which bunch of artwork and crap. I usually have been doing like merch designs and album covers for musicians, things like that. But for the YouTube. I'm working on bringing the interview show there. So we started doing that slowly. I started doing working on some frame by frame animation things I want to get into on the channel, and then I'm gonna do like a little podcast thing, just random thoughts, things like that. Talk about what's going on with like Mystic Ninja Designs, with the dojo, with the Pants Ninja, which is my little interview show. And I'm a chef, and yeah, I mean that's a sum up of what I do, I guess.
All right. So if you ever ask people what the Pants Ninja do, that's what the Pants Ninja do.
The simplest terms, yes.
Pickle, what does the pickle do?
let's see. I have a show where I talk about music. I have a show where we bullshit, pretty much it's like the IRS, but it's before the IRS and not as cool. And then I'm going to be starting, which I actually did one Tuesday. I'm going to be doing them on my other channel where I will be actually making music on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got this new program that's fun to me to play.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a mixing board.
Mm-hmm. And I also do a stupid voice where I voice this animated pickle character. That's kind of fun.
Sounds
Sometimes.
very weirdly like the Nappa.
No. Wait. Vegeta.
Close enough.
What does the
That was
scouter
funny.
say about his power level?
What's the scouter say about his power level?
Jesus, it's over 9,000.
9,000.
Okay. Well, as much as I'd like to keep this show running a bit longer, we're actually over time. Cadunt, is there anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to? Oh my God, do you want to speak Spanish sweetly into Suspira's ear?
Hola, bonita. ¿Cómo estás?
Yeah, there it is.
You people are going to be the death of me.
I mean, only slightly. But to be fair, I think it's
¿Por
actually
qué?
a beneficial concept for you to get that panic out of your system.
Biblioteca.
I'm going to murder you in the night.
Oh, yes, but that doesn't
wanna go.
around me in the night.
Wait,
Me
what?
gusta la merde.
Mhm.
Oh, You guys want to see real?
No.
Yes.
No, hey, Margot.
Oh
I
my god!
will fucking kill you.
Wait, let me see if I'll still get a similar reaction. Hey,
No.
Margot.
Why? Why?
I'm sorry, Kadam, would you like to take over, see if you can get a reaction?
In this segment, we call the hitting on pros moment.
Why do you hate me?
Does Pickle want to join in? You want to give it a go, bro?
I'm good.
Well, maybe.
Why do you hate me?
We don't need.
Why do all of you want me to cry?
The question
No,
is,
we don't want you to cry. We just want to hear your cries.
Yeah.
that one got me. That's a shiver right there.
Cry for us.
Just cry out each of our names one at a time.
Jesus. We got this bit from the Honeycast, by the way. All right. We are.
I really don't.
You're actually going with it.
All right. So,
Mufasa! Woo, makes me tingle.
Okay, that was just funny.
shilling. We are on to shilling. Jesus. Does anybody have anything that they want to talk about, specifically mentioning like shows, stuff like that? Now is the time to do it. We'll start at the far right with Pantsless because he's one of our guests.
Oh, you're so kind. Such a nice guy. I like this guy. Mystic Ninja Designs on Twitter, YouTube, a bunch of stuff. That's where I'm usually have a T Public. I'll post that. Well, that's on. If you go to the YouTube, you can catch all my links there for everything I'm doing. That's about it, though. I mean, that's the only thing I got to show. I think randomly show up on other people's shows.
Alrighty then. Any of our usual panel wanna talk about anything there for a brief moment? Stuff like that.
Sorry, I had to deafen for a second. What did I miss?
The concept of if you want to mention any of your stuff.
I'm going to be relaunching my channel pretty soon. I'm going to be ripping off one of the biggest PokeTubers around because I did a video that I really liked, and I'm like, I'm going to steal that, which would be if you were a rival, but I'm going to start with Kanto and work my way up.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Alrighty then. Pros, anything you particularly want to show? I know you don't put a lot on your channel.
Not really. No.
Alrighty then.
While I do have the floor for a moment, I'm just going to take a second to tell my boyfriend, "Shut your dirty mouth!"
What did he do? What did he do? Don't you worry, allowed to get more than enough flirting when this is done. That's a wonderful way to handle that, Prime, and I do appreciate that sort of behavior. Here, let me read that in the obsidian voice. Oh, don't
No.
you worry, you lot. I'll give her more than enough flirting when this is done. Mish, is there anything that you wanna briefly discuss before we go?
Nope.
Nope. Kadant, do you want to briefly discuss the best in bootleg medical merchandise?
Actually, you guys got to hear of Mystic Ninja Designs, and you can go ahead and find some of those on Hans Ninja's T Public store. But, well, Watch, do you like sandwiches?
I am rather partial to sandwiches, yeah.
I like sandwiches.
Well, you like sandwich? Oh, I have some great news for you. You know, there's a fantastic way for you to go ahead and show your partiality towards that breaded treat. Just go to Full Metal Pickles Tea Public Store. That's right, Full Metal Pickles Tea Public Store, where he has over nine different designs. If I'm wrong, you can correct me now. Uh, so stop by Full Metal Pickles Tea Public Store and praise the gherkin.
I feel slightly remiss that you didn't do the Pants Ninja shill in the bad Asian voice you do.
Oh, you like a design. Oh, okay. You go to a Panzeru and Ninjaru's tea paprika store. He has the many
no.
designs. Super basic ninja design.
Yellow card! Boom!
Clean up in our pants.
We haven't quite made it to YouTube flagging red card, but we're still at yellow card. God damn it!
Oh, that's because I bring up the yellow card. Because I is no.
Pickle, is there anything that you want to shill before we go?
Tonight over on my second channel, AC Studios, I will be fucking around with this music program, attempting to make more music. It'll be fun.
Alrighty then. For a
That's
brief
a-
moment, I would like to thank each of our.
No, I was just looking in the chat, and there's somebody posted a really adorable GIF, and I'm favoriting it because pandas.
Nicely done. So I would like to take a brief moment to thank everybody on the channel. I would like to thank, of course, the Full Metal Pickle, Praise the Gherkin, for coming onto the show.
Praise.
I would like to thank Pantsless Ninja for coming on. This is my first time actually being on one of my shows with Pantsless Ninja. They do the dojo, right? The interview show you were talking about. It's called the dojo.
Yeah, it's called the Dojo with Pants Ninja. I sit down with lately. It's whoever wants to do it. I've done musicians a lot. I've had independent underground wrestlers before. Almost had an adult theme show that I can talk about later. But yeah, like I'll sit down and chat with anyone, man. You know.
Yeah, no, I get you. And of course, I'd like to thank our usual panelists. We have Mish on my left side. That is our Arissa.
Hi, everyone.
We, of course, have our Sterling. That would be Quill. And just cut out like a fucking butcher's bench. What?
Have a good night, everybody.
Alrighty then. And then, of course, we have what I would call our consistent bullying patient. Of course, our lovely and wonderful prose, also known as Zaspira, the fan favorite.
Bisexual panic dab.
Bisexual panic dab. And, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a brief moment and a page out of Doc Griffin's book, but first I have to introduce the character to do so. Please give me just a moment for Impy. I had to do that. I'm sorry.
All right, everybody. I like to thank the audience for showing up. You all probably the greatest people and most important part of the show because you showed up in the chat and the chat is awesome and everybody loves it. So for just a minute, from me, Ippy, to you, thank you all for tuning in. And we will see you guys probably next week, though it's entirely possible we'll absolutely fucking forget. And if that happens to happen, then I'm sorry. But I can't control the future. These things just kind of happen. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Aw, thanks, Pudding.